Joffrey, Renly, Robb Stark are all thieves. They'll bend the knee or I'll destroy them.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Citadel with me, Grand Maester Stitch, for the start of our brand new mini-series, which was voted for by you guys when I put the vote up, and the overwhelming winner was The Dance of the Dragon. So here we are with the first episode. I also asked you guys to vote on whether we should be the blacks or the greens, and the blacks won. But then I had the awesome idea, well, it might not be an awesome idea, it might be a terrible idea, only time will tell and you guys will let me know, I know you will, of what if we didn't just play as the blacks or the greens, and what if for this mini-series we do side by side, where I do two series at the same time, and I'll upload each episode at the same time of each series, where we play as the blacks and the greens alternate at the same time, and see how the two series compare and how the two houses or the two branches of House Targaryen compare to each other, and how what the differences between the playthroughs are, and the differences between the characters, and what sort of events and major stuff happens, which one's harder, which one's easier, and what an Aegon Westeros would be like, and what a Rhaenyra Westeros would be like. We'll see the differences, hopefully. But, yeah, you guys let me know what you think about that, whether you think it's a good idea. But I thought it could be pretty cool to do that. At least then we get to see it from both points of view. And I've actually never played this bookmark yet. I've never played the Dance of Dragons bookmark. I don't know why it's took me so long to get round to it, but I wasn't really sure. I do prefer the blacks in Fire and Blood and in the history of A Song of Ice and Fire, as I think they've got the more awesome characters on their side, such as Daemon Targaryen and the Sea Snake and Cregan Stark. But yeah, I just wanted to see what it'd be like with the greens as well. So I thought, yeah, let's try this out, and we'll see what it's like to play as both characters, or both branches, however you want to say it. Some of the other mini-series that finished in the running second, third by you guys, I am going to be picking up on the channel. The Dane series as the Lord Dane, well, King Danes during Nymeria's landing, and we'll try and stop Nymeria and Martell from taking over Dawn. I will still be doing that on the channel after the Dance of Dragon series. And then the other idea that finished second or third in the vote was the restoration of the Tall Men in the Kingdom of Sarnor, which I really want to do on the channel as well. So we'll definitely see that at some point in the future. So make sure to like and subscribe to stick around if you want to see that in the future and you are new here. But yes, here we go. So we are Lady Rhaenyra Targaryen of Dragonstone, the rightful queen to the Iron Throne, and heir, we don't need to make ourselves important, and the heir to the Iron Throne, the heir of Viserys the First Targaryen. So let's have a look at her traits, and I'll have a look at some of the cool characters, as like I said, I've not played this bookmark yet. So she's a charismatic negotiator, seems about right for Rhaenyra, to be fair. Attractive, yes. Fashionable, a dragon rider. Fat, rebel leader. Wrath, gluttonous, stubborn, cruel, proud, and lustful. I'd go with most of those traits, yeah. I'd say that's a pretty fair representation of Lady Rhaenyra. We need to choose an ambition. We will choose to win the war, just for now. And we need a focus. I think we're going to have to go with corrupt. Then again, no, we'll go for family. I think that suits her maybe a little bit better. But we've got a lot of awesome characters that we need to have a little look around at in this first episode, and get to grips with where we are. See some of these awesome characters who I said I've not really seen in the game in this bookmark. I have played the Rogue Prince bookmark before as Daemon, which is an awesome bookmark to play. If you've not tried that bookmark yet, I really suggest you do it as Daemon, carving out your own kingdom down in the south of Dawn and the Stepstones. But yes, Lady Rhaenyra is, well, Queen, is ruling from Dragonstone as the rightful heir of Targaryen should, but her brother Aegon II, her half-brother, has usurped the throne because of Criston Cole, the member of the Kingsguard, who has declared for him instead. Will make him an interesting character. We won't look at his traits and stuff like that, because we'll do that when we do the Greens playthrough. But right, so we're married to Lord Daemon of Dragonstone, who is our uncle. And he does wield Dark Sister, and he is an absolute badass. If you don't know much about him, I suggest looking him up, because he is awesome. One of the best Targaryens, in my opinion. A really interesting character. He's a brilliant commander. He's an organizer. He's an inspiring leader and a flat terrain expert. He's quick, attractive, a dragon rider, a knight, a skilled fighter, brave, wrath, proud, lustful, authoritative, ruthless, and cruel. 30 martial. That is absolutely insane. We do have 2 children with him, and then he has his 2 own daughters from his previous marriage, which was to a Royce, if I remember correctly. I'm sure he married a Royce. But we have other interesting characters to look at. If I'm correct, we have the Vale on our side, Lady Paramount Jane the Maid, who I think's our cousin. Yes, she is our cousin. And yep, she is on our side. And the Starks of Winterfell are also on our side. And if you don't know much about the Starks in this time era, I suggest you definitely look up Lord Paramount Cregan Stark, because he is an absolute badass. One of the most awesome Starks in history. He's a skilled commander, an organizer, a cavalry leader, strong, skilled fighter, brave, proud, diligent, just, temperate, lustful, and ruthless. And he has 1 son. But we'll make, yeah, we've already made him important. So, yeah, there's some other cool houses in the north at this time as well, and characters. The Manderleys, who are on our side, as well as Lord Dustin's a bit of a badass, if I remember rightly. Yeah, skilled fighter, 20 martial. Most of the Riverlands is split, but most of them are on our side, if I remember rightly. The Crossing is on our side. Sea Guard's on our side. Okay, so the Rygers are not involved. The Blackwoods are on our side, which obviously means the Brackens are against us, because if one goes one way, the other's obviously going to go the opposite way. Old Lord Tully is staying out of it, but his grandsons do get involved in the actual thing, and they're all named after Muppet. No, it's not Muppets, or whatever it's called. But yeah, you got Elmo and Kermit. No, it is Muppets, isn't it? But yep, so they're interesting in the future. We've got the Vances, who are also on our side. The Pipers, who are also on our side. So yeah, most of the Riverlands is on our side, and most of the Crown Lands are also on our side. You've got all of Cracklaw Baron on our side. The Darklings of Duskindale are on our side. The Rosbys are on our side. All these other minor lords are on our side. Massey's Hook is on our side. The Stormlands currently are not involved, but they will be getting involved. The West is on the side of King Aegon, but they're also being attacked by the Iron Islands. The Reach is split. The Lord Paramount of the Reach is only a young boy, 0 years of age. So the Tyrells and some of the Reach are staying out of it, but the rest of the Reach is involved. Tumbleton is on our side, if I remember correctly. Yes. The High Towers are obviously on Aegon's side, as his mother is a High Tower. The Tarleys, I believe, are on our side. Yes, they are. Trying to remember who's on whose side. The Peaks are against us, if I remember correctly. Yes, Dawn obviously is not part of the Seven Kingdoms just yet. Harrenhal in the Riverlands as well. Lord Larys the Clubfoot's house are obviously on King Aegon's side at the moment, but he just switched sides quite a lot, so we'll have to keep an eye on him. Right, we need to sort out our council. So our Hand of the King is Lord Corlys the Sea Snake. Yeah, I'm happy with that. He's an awesome character from this era. Absolutely incredible. Probably the most interesting Valyrian, so definitely check him out if you don't know much about him. I didn't realise that he was 76 years of age at this time. I did not realise he was that old. Wow, that's... Wow, yeah, that's a lot older than I thought he was. Okay, our Master of Law is Master Balerion. I think we can probably get a better Master of Laws than him, surely. We don't really want to have Daemon, do we, as Master of Laws? So we'll leave him as Master of Laws for now then. Master at Arms, I'm sure we can do better than you. We've got Daemon, but we don't want him because we want him to lead the army. So we'll go with one of our Kingsguard instead. Our Treasurer, have we got a better Treasurer? Yes, ever so slightly, Sir Robert Quint. So we'll go with you. Can you collect taxes on Dragonstone for now? Our Spy Master is Lord Bartimus of Claw Isle. Have we got anyone better than you? Yes, we have. Ah, yes. Masera the Misery, the White Worm, yes. Awesome. We'll get you to sabotage economy in King's Landing. Court Physician, probably going to be the best one that we can get. And our High Septon Mataris of Dragonstone. Let's just get you to perform charity in the capital then. Our Justifier will get you, our Justicer, to go to Storm's End and try and improve diplomatic relations, see if we can get them on side. And our Hand of the King, if we can get you to improve the defences of Dragonstone, because I'm pretty sure that will be under siege very, very quickly. Our Designated Regent, we will go for our husband. Do we go for our husband? Or, yeah, we'll go for our husband, Daemon. Bodyguard, right, where are our Kingsguard? Surely we want our Kingsguard as our bodyguards, or do we not actually pick them because they're our Kingsguard? Okay, we'll go with Hugh the Hammer, although he is a turncloak in the actual story, but maybe he'll stay loyal in this one. Rhaenys Targaryen, Harold, Dark, yes, awesome, I remember him, a great fighter. Lionel Bentley. And who else have we still got? Ulf. No, Ulf White. You're a poor fighter. We don't want you. Okay, we've got an Ironwood, which is interesting. He's a trained fighter, honourable, brave. He's honourable, so we could go for him, but we could go for Sir Glendon Good as well. We'll go with you, actually, instead. Our Master of Horse, we will go with... Who do we need to get on side? Is there any lords that we need to get on side? Most of them are not in our court, though, because we're at war. Let's go for the Red Fort. Try and keep the Vale happy. Our Master of the Hunt, we'll go with... Let's go with Sunglass to try and keep you on side. Howie Almanar. Let's go with... who do we go with for this? Let's go with Daemon to give him something cupbearer. Want someone that we can trust. We want a Kingsguard member, really. So we'll go with Eric Cargill, our court tutor, who's our best learning. Yep, our court physician. Handmaiden. We've actually got room for a handmaiden. Our spy master. Do we really want that? Is that risky? Our commanders. Well, we want our dragon riders, don't we? Of course. So where's our dragon riders? White, you're a dragon rider, aren't you? Yes. And is that... Oh, Hugh the Hammer's already a commander. Daemon's a commander. We'll have ourselves as a commander. Our children are going to be too young to have as commanders, aren't they? Even though they did get involved in the war. So that's a shame that we're not going to be able to have any of them as commanders. It doesn't look like we have any other dragon riders. Where's Nettles? Can't we have her as a commander? Well, we'll have to go for someone instead then who has good traits. What about this guy? He's not got very good skill or martial, but he's unyielding, a cavalry leader, and a trickster. So we'll go for him because just for his commanding traits. And then the rest are dragon riders, which are going to be very, very important in this. Obviously, it's the Dance of Dragons. So what would the Dance of the Dragons be without dragons? It would be, well, I don't know what you'd call it. The dance. The Dance of the Dance. Okay, right. So we've got some more vassals that we can raise. So we will do that. Not a huge amount of men, but... hopefully that'll help if we call our ships up and get all those men to board the fleets. And we'll take this fleet. Let's dock this fleet in Massey's Hook. And then, okay, they're already doing that. We'll get them to dock in Massey's Hook. And then we can have an army on one side of the Crown Lands and an army on the other side of the Crown Lands. Right, we've got a lot of children to sort out. So we need 2 children lacking a childhood focus. We have Lord Aegon, who does end up being Aegon III. After all this war is over, he does end up being the king. Attractive, patient, and humble. Yeah, pretty good traits for him, I'd say. Not too bad. A focus. Now, what do we do with Aegon for a focus? He's probably not going to inherit in this. We could go with... He has got very good learning. So should we go for a diplomatic one instead? We'll go for that, why not? And then we have another child lacking a focus, which is Lord Viserys, who's quick. He's got very interesting traits, and we'll go for a diplomatic one for him as well. 5 children lacking in education. Okay, so Joffrey Valerion. He's strong, a squire, a poor fighter, brave, and rough. And strong, yeah, he's not only strong in physique, is he? We all know that he's a strong bastard, but yes. Anyway, right, let's click a focus for him. Well, it's going to have to be Marshall, isn't it, with the traits that he's got. Who next do we have? We have Lucerys Valerion, who is strong, a squire, a dragon rider, skilled fighter, honest and trusting. We'll go with martial education. Is he the one that gets killed by Aemond One Eye? I'm sure it's him, isn't it? I'm sure it's Lucerys. Princess Baela Targaryen, our cousin. A twin, attractive, brave, or foreign. Well, we're going to have to go with martial for her as well. How many do we have left? Princess Rhaena, attractive, kind, patient, and proud. We'll go with ooh, you've got good diplomacy, but you've got good stewardship. So let's go with a stewardship education just to do something a little bit different with you. And then lastly, but certainly not least, we have Jacaerys Velaryon, who is our heir, and he's strong, quick, a squire, a dragon rider, a trained fighter, gregarious, honourable, and diligent. They're very, very impressive traits. So let's go... Ooh, let's go with Marshall for you as well. So that's all of that sorted out. We need to set our crown focus in Dragonstone. The following title will be lost on succession. Right. Okay, what have we got left to do before we start this war? Let's have a look at the dragon. So obviously our dragon is not on there for some reason, even though we are a dragon rider. I'll probably have to unpause it first. Let's just unpause it. And I'm guessing when I click unpause now, a hell of a lot of armies are just going to pop up all over the realm. Let's see. Are we ready? Here we go. Yep, there they all are. But yeah, here we go. All the whips have been added for all the characters, so all the dragons will now be in our court. Let's pause. Aegon Targaryen has had Sunfire's whip added to their treasury. Sunfire is an awesome dragon, to be fair. The Dance of the Dragons. My dear father, King Viserys, is dead, and it was his wish that I am to follow him as Queen of the Seven Kingdoms. The traitorous Lord Commander Criston Cole of the Kingsguard, however, has seen fit to crown my half-brother Aegon. Now I must bring the dragon fire upon my blood to regain what is mine. Fire and blood. If Queen Rhaenyra's heir is one of her Valyrian children, this will not result in a game over. Well, that's good. Okay, yes, the blood of old Valyria. Now look at all those armies. It's going to be a free-for-all now. But we will have more men. I'm guessing the Black's playthrough will be a lot easier than the Green's playthrough. I can imagine the Green's playthrough being a lot harder. And as you can see, our sigils has now changed. We now have the Black sigil, which is the two Targaryens with a Valyrian and an Arryn banner. It's pretty nice, but it's not as cool as the normal Targaryen. And then we have the Green sigil, which is pretty cool, but it's not as cool as some other sigils. And that is the Golden Dragon on Black. Right, so now we can have a look at the dragons and see what cool dragons we've got in our court. So our dragon is obviously Syrax, who is an incompetent commander and a dragon. So nothing special about our dragon. Okay. Wow, had a lot of children. That's one thing that's special about her or him. Right, so our son, Jacaerys, has Vermax, which is a cool dragon, but it's only 14 years old, so it's only a small dragon. Oh, yes, and his lover is Cyrus Snow, but we don't know if that's actually true. It's hinted at. Mushroom says that they got married, obviously. But whether that's true or not, we don't know. Right. Lucaris has as his dragon Arax. I always struggle to say some of these names. Joffrey's dragon is Tyraxis, which I think dies in the dragon pit, doesn't it? I'm sure it dies in the storming. Aegon's dragon is Stormcloud. And where is Viserys? Viserys' dragon, he doesn't have a dragon yet. He has an egg, doesn't he, if I remember correctly? If we're going to his treasurer, yes, he has a dragon's egg. And there, oh, of course, we're forgetting about Lord Corlys's children. Well, he says they're his grandchildren, but we all know they're not his grandchildren. That is Adam Velaryon, who is a dragon rider. He's a legitimized bastard, and his dragon is Seasmoke. And then his brother, Alan Velaryon, who, oh, he doesn't have a dragon yet. Okay, but they're both interesting characters as well. But Adam Velaryon, loyal. It's always a sad part of the book, that is. But right, let's get our armies together. Right, so we'll get all the ships to sail down here. Now, I'm guessing that they're going to go straight for Dragonstone, so we're going to have to go straight for King's Landing. You have been approached by a local craftsman who calls himself Johan Anderson. He offers to let you purchase and play his new game known as Crusader Kings. It seems to be quite a complicated and in-depth game, but you are intrigued by it. Okay, I do like the sound of being a so-called Crusader King. Okay, I've never seen that event pop up before. My bodyguard Hugh the Hammer has expressed a desire to get married. Marry as you please, Sir Hugh. I don't like Hugh the Hammer, if I'm honest. Right, let's merge these together here. And we don't want all these dragon riders leading this army, so we'll have Orion leading it with us and Eric, and then this smaller army here of 1,600 men we will have led by Hugh the Hammer and we'll have Hugh the Hammer and Daemon leading that army, And then with our army, we'll go for another dragon rider. So we've got 2 dragons in each army. We'll go with... Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? There he is, Ulf. So we'll have Ulf in this army with us, 2 dragons. And Hugh and Damon in that army, so 2 dragons. There we go. We've got 3 commanders in each army. Yes, perfect. So with this army, let's march straight for King's Landing. Now, most of these men are going to be loyal to our cause. So that's good. They'll hopefully join us as we go down. News from Griffin's Roost, my lady. During the war in the Iron Throne, the Dragon Riders Lucerys Valerian, rider of Arax, and Sir Aemon Targaryen, rider of Vhagar, met in a fierce combat, driving their dragons to tear each other relentlessly. Sir Aemon and Vhagar prevailed, killing Arax. So is it going to happen exactly as in the book? Is he going to get killed at Storm's End? What a dance that must have been. Okay, so it doesn't look like he died. It just looks like his dragon died. So at least our son didn't die. Craig Stark has transferred vassal contract of Ronald Slate to Clay Riswell. We should probably try and arrange some marriages. Maybe we should do it with lords who aren't really involved. But it's not going to... I'm guessing if we do it, it's not going to actually sway people. Okay, so the Stormlands have sided with the Greens. So we will remember that when this war is over. My lady, I've collected ample tax revenue in Dragonstone. Awesome, 11 gold. We'll take that and add that to our treasurer. We'll bring our main host here down onto King's Landing. We'll march these 1,800 men down here just into Bywater for now to try and get some war score down there. All the Riverlands are gathering their forces, which is awesome. Hopefully they'll crush the Brackens before they have a chance to join. Jorah Anderson has approached you with joyous news. He has created an expansion for Crusader Kings, which has added plenty of new content for you to enjoy. He just needs a small amount of gold in return. Okay, I'm going to do that just because I'm interested to see where this event's going to lead, because I've not done that event before. Okay, so Lady Paramount Jane the Maid, as you created the title High Lordship of the Fingers. Okay, doesn't really affect us though, does it? Not unless you're going to make some new lords to come and help us. Yeah, and as suspected, the Greens have gone straight for Dragonstone, so we're going to have to go straight for King's Landing. News from Dragonstone, my lady. A new dragon has entered the world. Rhaena Targaryen has apparently successfully hatched one and has named the he-dragon Serperoth. I was going to say Sephiroth then, Final Fantasy VII, that reminded me of, but I'm sure a lot of you have played Final Fantasy VII. If you haven't, what have you been doing? It's awesome. The remake's coming soon for those of you who are a bit too young to have played the original. My courtier, Ulf White, has expressed a desire to get married. Then marry as you please, good sir. I'm not too bothered who you marry to. I know that some of you are probably going to say, if you're like finding the channel for the first time, why have you not updated to the latest version of the mod? And that's because of the custom series that I've currently got going on, the Knights of the North, the Grand series, which I suggest checking out if you are new to the channel. I hope that you'll enjoy them. They're very story based, but yeah, because of them I can't update, else it messes up those save files. So until I finish those series, I'm unfortunately having to carry on playing with the 1.9 version of the mod. So who's died here? Barristan Buckler was fed to King Aegon of the Second's dragon. Well, that's a little bit harsh, isn't it? Poor Lord Buckler. That's very harsh. Jorah Anderson has approached you with joyous news. He has created an expansion. Another expansion. This is just like the real CK2, isn't it, really? Ripping you off every 5 minutes for a new DLC. But I can't really complain. I do end up buying them all, so that's my own fault. Okay, why have we got 2 armies separate here? Let's march them down there and join them together. Maybe one of them's an army that... Ah, yes, the Massey's Hook army has attached itself to our Dragonstone army. Where's our main host? Here it is, just coming through Rook's Rest. Okay, so a lot of mini skirmishes are going on down in the Reach. We've got the Tarly Force heading north past High Garden with the Grey Shield armor. The Peak army is getting absolutely slaughtered by the Oakenshield armor. Okay, the Ocean Road army is marching up. The Lannisters are marching eastward. The High Towers are picking off all these smaller armies from Three Towers and other armies that have stayed loyal to the Crown. The Riverlands are, well, there was only really the Brackens against us, wasn't there? So the Riverlands are all, well, and Harrenhal. But they should easily win all those wars there. Let's bring the ships around to King's Landing just in case. Wow, 10,000 men attacking Dragonstone. Let's see if we can maybe bring Dawn into the fold. He's got a daughter. Well, she's going to be his heir, so he's probably not going to go for that. So if we try and arrange a betrothal between his son And maybe our cousin, Bayella? No, not interested. The 3 daughters, I believe, are on the side of Aegon, aren't they? Yes, they're attacking us. Maybe we could get one of the other 3 cities involved. What about if we could get Pentos on our side? He does have a child, heir to the city. Who is your heir? Yeah, he's the heir. And he does have a son who's 9 and a daughter as well. So what if we arrange a betrothal between your daughter and... Let's go for Joffrey, our youngest son. Well, our youngest of our Valerian sons. And they are willing to go for that. So hopefully, because we've done that, we can maybe get Pentos on side. Just so that we then have someone in the 3 cities on our side. So that we can... Hopefully they'll keep the 3 daughters busy and from coming westward. Can we form an alliance? No, he's not going to be interested in an alliance. Well, that's annoying. But we got the marriage. Maybe if... we'll make you important. Maybe if we can send you a gift when we get a little bit of money. Maybe then you'll go for it. Johan Anderson has approached you with joyous news. He is creating another No, I've put enough money into this already. I want to keep kind of going to see where it leads. Every waking hour of every single day, all I can think about is that game. Nothing else gets me through the day. All I live for is Johan Anderson's game, Crusader Kings. How could I let this happen to my life? Lose 150 prestige, gain the trait depressed. Oh, it's so true. It's so true to real life. Okay, the Redwind fleet's coming around, which is not good, carrying many of the Green's men. Right, where's our main host? 7,000, there it is, but we're currently sieging Bywater over here, so we'll do that before bringing that army around. We've got a massive army here with many men from the Crown Lands who have remained loyal to their rightful queen. And our 7,000 men here are still marching down. Pentos is declared... Okay, so we've got a war going on in Pentos now, but, well, whatever. Nothing ventured, nothing gained and all that. It was worth trying, wasn't it, to try and get one of the 3 cities on our side. We'll probably save the other marriage pacts till after we win the war so that we can reward the houses that did stay loyal to us. Ah! Okay, we're going to end up with a war here. Let's march on to Attadale and trap that Aegon army in... It's going to get trapped by an 18,000 strong army. And it looks like most of... they marched... That's the army that marched into Attadale, the army from King's Landing. So it looks like we're going to better... Well, we've got a nice free path straight to King's Landing. They've left it very undefended. I suppose they can't really properly get the way the war went into this, so it's not going to be as good as in the books. Whereas the Blackfire Rebellion is probably a lot more fun because you don't have dragons, so it's going to be a little bit easy maybe because of the dragons. Johan Anderson has approached you with joyous news. Another one. No, we'll go for the Piter. We'll say no because it's getting a bit out of hand and it's wasting all of our money. Are they going to need us there? We'll get involved, just in case. Why are this random army lagging behind? We won the Battle of Rosbet, and now on to King's Landing, where the army of Torrent Peak is. Wow, 15,000 men now on Dragonstone. It is a good fortress, so hopefully it will hold. And here come the Daughter's army, sailing north, which is not good. News from Attadale, my lady. During the War of the Iron Throne, the Dragon Riders Hugh the Hammer, rider of Vermithor, and Prince Aemon Targaryen, rider of Vhagar, met in a fierce combat, driving their dragons to tear each other relentlessly. Prince Aemon and Vhagar prevailed, killing Vermithor. Oh, not Vermithor. I like Vermithor. Bastards. They do have Vhagar on their side. That's the only problem with when you're playing as the Blacks, I suppose. The Greens have the biggest and strongest dragon remaining. One of the 3 OG dragons, as you'd say. News from Attadale, my lady. During the War of the Iron Throne, the Dragon Riders Lord Daemon Targaryen and Prince Aemond. Oh, wow. They're going to meet like above Harrenhal. Met in fierce combat, driving their dragons to tear at each other relentlessly. Prince Aemon and Vhagar prevail. No! Caraxes, the Bloodworm, has died. That makes me sad. I love Caraxes. Oh, I can't wait for the TV show. I just hope it's good. George is involved, so it should be good. But I'm looking for... I hope we see all the dance and such properly, so we get to see all of these epic dragons. Okay, and now let's march our main army to King's Landing. Oh, after it's butchered that small Stormlander army. But we need to take King's Landing quickly. Moondancer has arrived at your court. Okay, interesting. A previously obscure noble has distinguished himself during the Battle of King's Landing. Perhaps I can make use of him. Sir Joffrey of Spicetown. Okay, interesting. Looks pretty decent, to be honest, to be fair to him. But now we are at King's Landing. We have it under siege. We've got to wait for some reinforcements to come. We've not quite got enough men to siege it. We could burn it, but don't really, if we can help it, want to go burning King's Landing. I try to be fairly realistic. We could just go in and just burn it to the ground. But it doesn't look like they're burning Dragonstone either. But yeah, I don't really want to just burn it down for the sake of burning it down, because it's just going to make it hard to rule over afterwards. Right, there we go. We've got enough men to siege it now. Wow, 10,000 defenders. Where the hell have they come from? But a lot of men, as you can see, are making their way down to us. The Dance of the Dragons. Flying above the fighting armies, the Dragon Rider King Aegon II leads a dive attack on you and your allies. He will perish. You meet King Aegon, the Rider of Sunfire, in dragon combat. Okay, now that could be awesome, but we will save that for the beginning of part 2 of the Dance of the Dragons, playing as the Blacks. I do hope that you've enjoyed this first episode. Let me know what you thought and whether you think this is a good idea, doing the 2 side-by-side series. You may have already watched the green one before watching this. I don't know which one you're going to pick first, but yeah, let me know what you thought. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you are new here, so that you can see all the other CK2 and a Game of Thrones content on the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I'll see you all very soon.